Looks like we're back on this car. And there's a big hole. So get ready to see me cut more out of this car and do the ultimate weight reduction, because that's exactly what we're doing. Yo, we're back now on this car, man. See, while I was off camera, I took the front bumper off, took this front wing off because we're gonna have to be working in there. So yeah, I got that front end off yesterday, in prep, ready for this, and we're gonna be checking out the floor today, some more cutting for that, and then we're also gonna be checking out the front of the sill where I did the previous repair, which wasn't too great. So we're gonna dig right into that. You can see the floor here. Removed the inner sill last time in the video. You've seen all that. I'm gonna crack on with this today. See if we can get a panel made. Most likely gonna cut some more out of this floor. As you can see, there's a bunch of pitting already. So what the plan here is cut from here all along to the back of here to where this is, and then replace this whole section. Just get rid of all the pitting all at once. We don't want to come back to this in the future if we have to. Also clean this up a little bit. Obviously there's a bunch of pitting there, but none that penetrates to the outside, which is great. So I'm gonna get cutting to the front of this floor and then move on to the rear. Yeah. Big ass hole in the floor. My god damn. God, Jesus Christ. Look at this hole. Got no floor pan. Got no floor pan. So now we're moving on to the inner sill. Get this cleaned up. Get the outer sill here and there cleaned up as well before we start making a new piece for the inner. I'm going to grind that all down with a wire wheel or similar, and then fabricate a new piece. Also, I'm going to cut this out here, so the front of the sill section. Need to get that out here. This ugly piece. I did this. I didn't primer this. This was when I first started to weld. So don't mind me, man. I didn't know anything back then. So we're gonna go over it now again. Do it properly. No messing around. And yeah, that's it, man. Let's check it out. So it's all been wire wheeled as much as possible. It's pitted, but it's still very, very solid and thick. So, I mean, we can go over that with a rust converter, no problem. Got a can to get in there, nice and easy. And then we also have the brush on. So this is probably the best rust converter you can buy. And that's what I'm going to be using. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to scratch it up a little bit with some sandpaper, wipe it down with some thinners, and then cover it in rust converter and give it the best possible chance to adhere to that. So I'm going to do the sanding right now, and then I'll tune back in with you guys when I'm applying the rust converter. Is going to creep into all the little crevices that you can't actually grind down with a brush, and neutralizes the rust and stops any oxygen or moisture getting to the steel, and therefore stops it from rusting. It also converts the existing rust that is on the surface of the metal to a stable compound that doesn't promote further rusting. There we go. Got our rust salt applied. See, it's blue right now. As that dries, that will turn black and convert all the rust that will technically still be active into neutralized, stable rust. Oh, I don't know if it's still rust. I guess it's still rust. But it stops all the moisture and stuff getting to it, so it doesn't rust any further. And yeah, man, now we're going to continue, after that's dried, we're going to continue, maybe make up a floor plan. We'll see what we're going on now. Let's clean up all this surface here now, so we can have that nice and smooth to actually weld to, clean that all up. as you can see, that's all prepped for us to make the floor piece and also the inner sill piece, which will come in the episode tomorrow. But before we go, now we've cleaned all this up, there's a few scabby areas. You can see there's some pitting and some surface rust on the floor here, so I'm going to take care of all that with some Rustisol right now. Get some of this sweet Rustisol on there. So I've gave the Rustisol some time to dry now, and we're going to make up a panel for the floor. So the first seam coming down, and then you have the floor pan that overlaps and spot welds to that. So we're going to get on with this section here. Right there, we're in the cross. As you can see, the original seam. This is the panel. We're going to remake the bottom piece, and then the floor pad overlays the top, and then we're going to plug weld it on, but it is factory welded via spot welding. So we're going to make our panel. I've already made a rough cutout on a piece of steel. I'm going to go over, cut some cardboard out and fit it up and stuff, and make it fit nice before I cut it out of steel. But yeah, that's the steel we're going to be using. The big piece I brought in, 0.7 or 0.8 mil, so fairly easy to bend by hand and form. So hopefully I should be able to get the floor looking good. So let's see what we can do here. Cool, we've got our two stencils here. Alright, as you can see here, Jermaine in the future, I'm just drawing out a stencil, and then I'm going to be cutting out the first panel, which is going to be the inner sill front support. That actually goes in between the inner sill that runs across the entire floor, just to strengthen up the front a bit. So we're cutting that out first. Well, if you want to see more of that, if you want to see me weld that panel in, get the inner sill finished, and then jump over to the floor, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Keep up with the next release of the video. Gonna have another episode out soon. And yeah, let's get that floor done in the next episode, and also get that inner sill welded in. Peace out.